Hello and welcome to another episode of Merlin Reviews, this time with another subscriber request. This one comes from Skylar, and it's for the movie Children of the Night, a low-budget vampire film from 1991. The first thing I want to say that is interesting about this request is that the movie is actually very obscure and hard to find information about. Basically, it doesn't come up in any initial search on Google. You have to be a little more specific if you want to find out more about it. The movie is actually extremely basic in terms of plot. These two teenage girls in the small town stumble upon an ancient crypt where it is said that many children drowned years before. The place is flooded, and they decide to go for a swim, unintentionally awakening an ancient vampire who slumbered there. One of the girls is turned into a vampire, while the other is sought after by the lead vampire they awaken, and the others who are turned, due to her status as a virgin. This draws the attention of a priest who has a relationship with the mother of the one girl who is turned into a vampire. The mother had herself become a vampire, and the priest, not knowing what to do, seeks the help of an old friend, a school teacher, to find out what's going on. The teacher arrives in town, befriends the one girl, and works with the town drunk to save everybody by killing the head vampire. Like I said, it's pretty basic, but the main reason this movie was recommended was the vampires themselves being so unique. There is never really any real explanation for it. The mythology isn't really expanded on much in the movie, but it seems that these vampires dwell underwater, emitting their lungs outside of their bodies, and creating cocoon-like structures where they sleep instead of traditional coffins. It's definitely one of the more unique takes on vampires, though beyond that there really isn't much that differentiates them. The same can be said for the movie as a whole, which is pretty much the same in its structure compared to many other similar vampire movies. The film is obviously very low budget, though the makeup for some of the vampires is fun, as well as some of the gore. Much like Iron Sky, I kind of had a hard time figuring out the tone they were going for. On one hand, it seemed like a campy movie with some actors really embracing that, while others were taking it more seriously, if not being over the top sometimes. It's mostly distracting due to the level of acting between people. Some of the actors were committed and more convincing, while others were just exaggerated, and some were just not that good by comparison. It was just really all over the place. I can't say that I loved it, but the homeless man who helped save the town is far and away the best character and actor in the movie. I think if it picked a more solid direction and expanded a little more on the vampires themselves, it could have potentially been a classic. Even so, it is worth checking out for the vampires, as they are a very unique take on the monster. Alright everyone, that was my review on Children of the Night. Feel free to let me know suggestions for videos you'd like to watch, and if you want to support my channel for requests of your own, check out my Patreon. Alright everyone, stay magical.